Okay, boys, the game is updating. I got the DLC. I bought the all 3-in-1 for 23 euros. The 3 costs 23 euros. If you decide to buy one, it'll cost you 9 euros. So there are 3 separate lords you can get, and all combined cost 23, 50% off. If you wait for this to be on sale, you can save 13.5, 22, 6.5. You can save 8.5 euros if you wait. We're going to be reviewing the patch notes. I have literally seen next to nothing other than who's this? Next to nothing other than the trailer. The patch is downloading and the DLC is now out. We are at in 7.0 version of the game, which was supposed to be probably last year, but you know how it is, delays and everything. It's finally out now. In 1 week, it will be exactly 1 year time since they released the patch 6.0.0. So it's been exactly 1 year almost since the last big update. This has been the slowest ever since the Warhammer series, I think, has started. So high hopes here. Maybe some sneaky hidden changes as usual. There always are. And maybe there are a couple of nice surprises as well. What do we even have, guys? Who has been following this? What is the important stuff to even watch? I think we're gonna check. We can check the trailer again. I even forgot about the trailer. The trailer felt a little bit lackluster. I don't even have high hopes for this DLC. It's Slaanesh, Norska, and High Elves, so it's a very hard sell for most people. But if they do like extra on High Elves, it's probably gonna do well, at least on that side of things. Total War channel. What was even the videos? I've totally missed all of this hype and excitement building. So what is the relevant stuff? What is the relevant stuff? I have that medieval Triglav. Man, this thing will not be released for probably another 6 years. I'm actually right now way more excited about Nagash and a Vampire Counts update. Seriously, it's been since the release of Warhammer 2. So basically 7 years, and now we're finally getting some proper Vampire Counts update. And it looks like at least one Lord for the Vampire Counts and one maybe for the Tomb Kings, and probably might they create one for the Vampire Coast, although I doubt it. They maybe add Drachenfels, the nameless guy, the guy that's like 15,000 years old, something like that. That guy has potential for some mechanic. Okay. Damn, it is so bright. So bright. So this was a day ago, and this was 2 days ago. Which do we check first? I guess the older one. This is the older one. My room is dark, so I guess the lighting is really bad for the camera. No, I'm in a dark room. Should I turn on the light? This is how I prefer it. Are you scared of ghosts? Get the ring light. I probably need to do something about the camera background, right? But whatever. So, Total War Warhammer 3 Update 7.0. This is one of those big updates where we expect not only new content, but change to state of the game. Basically, every time this happens, the game gets a different feeling. You get new content. You might not be really interested in this content, but you'll be seeing new stuff around. Even if you hear like a new soundtrack or a couple of new lords and voice actors, it's still a change of the game. Update 7.0 introducing the free content and the mask. What is mask? Is that like another item like the Sword of Cain or Nemesis Crown? Looks like some Slaanesh stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, guys, I've been last 2 days. Why the hell is this thing here? Starting soon. Put this back. It's a little bit. So this is like little bit. We'll chat go over this. I guess you can put a different background. Somebody write in chat. Let's see if it's a little bit better at the bottom. No, it's not showing. This is like starting soon. Okay. Somehow it's not showing on top, huh? Okay. There's like no code there, huh? If you click at the book on the top of the page, follow, you can change to black skin. Book on top of the page. What book? Let's see if I can get some background here. Is chat even visible on the stream? I again see. Scroll up. Book. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's get to it, boys. This has been 2 days ago, huh? That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Greetings, commanders. It's high tide. We talk about the free content overhauls we've been working on for some more Warhammer 3 existing races and factions. This is one of our heftier updates and land day and date with the Tides of Torment DLC. We are spotlighting the headline changes here, but the update also includes a host of smaller adjustments and discoveries for players to find. Ooh, discoveries players to find. I'm not even word to use word exciting anymore. The beneficiaries of these updates are not just the same races which are getting the new legendary lords with Tides of Torment, namely the High Elves, Norsca, Slaanesh, but also the Dark Elves. We're dropping a major faction overhaul for Norsca, a significant feature update for the High Elves, and Slaanesh is the recipient of our free LC Legend Lord. So there are 4 lords coming, not 3. So this might be the 4th lord. Certain Legend Lords are also getting some much-deserved TLC, bringing them into line with some of the more recent releases. TLC, what is TLC? There is a bunch to get through here, and we'll deal with it all race by race. Let's start with our free LC Legend Lord, Slaanesh's all-singing, all-dancing champion, the Demonette of Demonettes, the Mask. So there's another Legend Lord for Tender Love and Care. Free Legend Lord, the Mask of Slaanesh. Mask of Slaanesh. Can I turn on the game? Let's see what kind of background the game has. So Slaanesh is getting another Lord. So they only forgot about Tzeentch and a second Lord and a Tzeentch technology update. I hope this will definitely be pointed out to them, and they're probably going to do something about it in the future. Yes, Zinch is one lord behind Heretic.
Sigmar's will.
Sigmar's will. Look at these buttons here. Look at these buttons here.
Drink deep, my thrall.
I didn't expect this voice, but I'm not surprised. I didn't. And finally, CA shows the importance of Mortal Emperors compared to this crap here. Okay, so this is the mask, huh?
All the realms, a stage.
And this is looking good. Looking good. Let's get on with the patch notes. I wanted to see if there is actually new soundtrack on the main menu. Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell? This was the last one, the Omens of Destruction. And this is Tides of Torment. Okay. I only hear Warhammer 3 soundtrack playing. Why did they put this thing here? Okay, dismiss. It's still here though. I wanted to just get rid of it. So, Mask of Slaanesh. Is it really just called Mask of Slaanesh?
As I hold Gal Maraz.
Favored with
It's called the Mask of Slaanesh, and the faction is called the Accursed Troop. Nice, nice faction emblem. Or Herald. What's this thing even called? I keep always mixing what this thing is called. Two masks on a Slaaneshi background. Pronounced troop instead of not troop. Well, I'm gonna say troop now more. Banner. Okay. A dancer of peerless skill and aptitude, the Mask of Slaanesh's most favored demonette. Performing exquisite and spellbinding repertoires, she recounted the glorious tales of Slaanesh through the medium of dance. After Slaanesh had suffered terrible loss to Khorne and Nurgle, the Mask danced for her lord with unmatched skill and grace in an attempt to ease his mind. The Dark Prince mistook this act for mockery though and flew into a rage and condemned the Mask to dance for eternity without rest or respite. So it's like an exalted demon, legend, and lord. Though she is unable to stop, the Mask is still devoted to her lord. She and her acolytes, the Accursed Troop, dance ever onwards, bringing the chaos and destruction of Slaanesh to the mortal realm where they performed an eternal dance, much to the horror and inevitable dismemberment of the Dark Prince's enemies. So it's a free LC faction. There's a mechanic here as well. Okay. What is this 1300 health? What the hell? Must be playing on a small scale. And this is strange properties. The Mask and the lords within her factions of the Accursed Troop can perform 4 chaotic dances, which describe Slaanesh's journeys and triumphs: the Pageant of Pain, the Symphony of Excess, the Burning Bacchanal, and the Final Dance. 3 of these are unlocked from the beginning, though the Final Dance can only be performed when the other 3 are complete. So I got a mechanic. So another faction of mechanic with a lord nobody heard of before Lord Mazamune gets his mechanic. Each dance has its... Oh shit, no, I said I'm not gonna be matching Lord Mazamune with this update, we're just gonna summon Bloomcools and his feel-weird man. Okay. Each dance has its own flavor, placing the performing army into a state where it gains innate bonuses specific to the chosen dance. Moreover, each dance must be progressed through 4 movements before it can be completed. These movements are Emergence, Elevation, Reckoning, and Culmination. And each has 4 optional variants which further modify the specific benefits granted by the chosen movement. I'm guessing all of these lores were already shown in the early access content creator stuff, right? So this is not like it's been released just today or 2 days ago. This gives you tremendous scope to pick and choose between the active benefits you get throughout the course of a dance, so it's well worth considering the performing army's immediate aims and circumstances when choosing which movement variant to adopt during a dance. However, to continue benefiting from those bonuses, the army must maintain the tempo of the dance by fighting battles and interacting with various features, such stances and unholy manifestations. There's little time to take a breath. You always need to keep moving. When a dance has been completed, the specific movements and variants enacted are recorded in the accursed troops repertoire, and the dance becomes a template which can then be applied to any armies in the future. Or you can start from scratch with a fresh dance, taking the army through a new sequence of movements and variants, and enjoying a quite different range of bonuses and benefits. Hopefully this is not just a play of words and it's actually something in the game more than just bonus stats. Overall, the Mask offers a highly dynamic campaign experience, enabling you to explore a huge range of changing bonuses as you leap and cavort your destructive way across the Immortal Empire's map. So this is the new faction. I didn't expect we're gonna get a 4th faction, but I'm not surprised. So, another Lord for Slaanesh, but what about this? They forgot about this. They forgot about Kairos technology.
All the realms, a stage.
This army has additional physical resistance for demonettes, so makes demonettes close to wraiths. It's an interesting starting army. I like the Heartseeker Slaanesh as a starting unit. They're very deadly, but also can go easily poof. Shame this doesn't work on the Seekers. Shame this doesn't work on Seekers. Another Lord with wound recovery time minus 3 turns, huh? Okay. So where is the mask even begins? The mask begins... What the... Oh my god. Yeah, they replaced the Dark Elf faction there. Damn, Lastria is so dense. Would be cool if they added another island there. This area here is so dense. Yoo-hoo! Thanks, Parik. Now, that's the blood hole coven. I think they were called the Dark Elves. I kind of wish there was a little more left on the map, just a little bit more left, and this still looks really poor. This area still looks really poor.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit?
Like this to the left looks still very ugly. I would like to see a little bit more sea and maybe an island too. I like the unit cards. They look pretty good.
Empire's blessings, yeah.
Favored with his
Oh my god!
curse.
Slaanesh is not really a community favorite faction. People like to play Slaanesh, but they don't really like to play Slaanesh. They don't want to play Slaanesh because they don't want to play the way the Slaanesh is played. But I'm actually really like Slaanesh. I think their seduction mechanic is it's like chef's kiss. And hard-hitting fast troops is also plays different compared to you know, a lot of stuff. Okay, Norscans. Oh, Norscans have been waiting for updates since like forever. Like, they get a little bit like a rework in Warhammer 3, but bare bones, bare bones.
Oh my god.
Loud.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
This is probably the part of the update that people are excited the most. I don't think anything will come close as the Norsca update. It's like Norsca has been in the game for a while, very one-dimensional faction, but they still does offer, you know, a different way to play with things and some units that are not available to other factions. So I think the Norsca are probably gonna be the highlight of this update. It's like Norsca definitely needs something more, so they're actually considered as a faction in the the replay loop. It's happy fun times for the angry men of the north. The long-awaited faction overhaul is imminent and there's a lot to cover, so shuck off your furs, grab yourself some meat and buckle in. New faction feature pillaging. Pillaging, what the hell are these pictures, man? Oh, okay, never mind. Well, this look like a poor resolution. Oh. What the hell is the Windows done? It's trying to increase the size of both my screens. Interesting. I had a Windows update, and now when I try to increase the size here, you know, like this, it increases both my screens. I'm not sure what the hell is Microsoft doing. I'm sure it's some setting I'm missing to turn off, but they turn on something that nobody wanted. Pillage and raise. And there's some kind of resources, new resources here and here. I've been using Windows 11 for a while now. When you turn off half the stuff, it's like Windows 10. But every update, they are forcing something new that nobody asked for. They're innovating, boys. It's called innovation, whether you like it or not. Okay, to better represent the Raid mentality, which is the central to the Norscan identity, we've introduced pillaging gameplay, which is based around the Norscan specific new resource spoils. So, spoils. To zoom in on the screen, it's Control plus or minus. But if I do it here, oh, it actually works now on one screen. It was actually doing both of my screens at the same time for some reason earlier. Whenever you pillage and erase a settlement, spoils are looted from the rubble, and a small player control army is spawned to courier them to the nearest owned region. When the spoils reach home turf, they are shoveled into your global pool, and the courier army disbands. Well, why is there an extra step? Now, I did the same thing, and yet I was just doing both screens. This is what happened. This is the new feature. It's unlocked for some reason, and it messes up both screens. Like, this wasn't a thing before. Okay, within your settlement infrastructure, you can spend your spoils to unlock new alternative branches for certain recruitment chains. The buildings in this supply spoils field branches combine the recruitment options and bonuses over the next couple of tiers of regular buildings, meaning you can unlock units which would normally require much more time, settlement tiers, and gold to construct through the regular branch. If you are in no rush, however, you can forego this shortcut and continue to spend gold from your treasury on upgrading the original building branch and save your spoils for other purposes. There's also a number of new high-tier resource buildings which cost spoils to unlock, enhancing settlement productivity. These changes all add up to a greater level of choice and nuance in the process of developing your Norscan settlements. New AI in Windows 11 will have access to your private files. Oh man, I hope they don't find my ASMR folder. I'll blame it on Agneta. Spoilers are also now a requirement to occupy or capture settlements outside of Norsca. So if you do want to capture and develop provinces further afield, you'll need to grizzle up and get some good old-fashioned raising under your belt beforehand, like the true Norscan you are. Finally, and the theme of the mechanic pillaging will also grant a chance to find unique magic items and ancillaries in the settlement raid. So, does this mean they added chance unique magic? Maybe it's just the existing items, not gonna be like nothing unique for Norsca. Feature overhaul allegiance. Finally, that like older one was so crap. Didn't even make sense beyond Warhammer 1. That one made sense for Warhammer 1, and they kept using it for Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3. We haven't touched the Allegiance feature in a while, and we felt that it needed more utility across a full playthrough. We are confident you'll find yourself interacting with it more frequently now for the benefits it brings. Yeah, this thing is an outdated mechanic that was pretty good in Warhammer 1, but make no sense outside Warhammer 1. When conquering a settlement, the raise Chaos Altar option doesn't just raise an altar to the Ruinous powers, it now creates a Chaos Altar with 2 building slots. The first is occupied by the altar itself, while the second slot gives you the access to a limited set of buildings to make the altar site more productive. Oh man, I hope it's not the level of the productiveness of a Wood Elf outpost or a Chaos Altar. The altar you raise provides allegiance to your chosen god, contributing to your progression with that god. You mean Nurgle? Now though, when you reach the maximum level of allegiance with any single deity, you are no longer locked out from progressing with the other 3 Ruinous powers. Okay. Instead, you'll be presented with a dilemma, asking whether you wish to accept the god's favor. Should you accept, your reward will be one of all the familiar lords and heroes, depending on your choice of deity. Sleepy Sen says, I'm quitting modding this game to Goon Stellarblade. Goodbye, guys. Bye. I guess guys get back to vanilla. This would also lock out the option of gaining such a character from any other 3 deities. Those 3 deities will also be somewhat miffed. You have sided with the Fort. And you can expect a rough reprisal in the shape of an assault on your capital. More money, huh? Being the faithless manipulator he is, Sile. How do you guys call this name, guys? Sile? Sale? Sila? Sile? Sile. Sale. Sale. Is this the sale? Sale? Sale. Sale, okay. Does not use the allegiance feature. He raises altars for a very different purpose. Drot. Okay, so Sale is one of the new guys.
I am the eternal challenger. Master of the unholy storms.
It looks like Zinch influence. Sale the Faithless Dolgan. So he leads a Dolgan. Then the banner of the faction looks very cool. Why does he remind me of that guy from Witcher series that has that thing with him, the hunting stuff? You know, the wizard that sells that monster to kill stuff? I don't remember what it's called. There's a 10 spell intensity on the starting trade, nice. Surely Teclis has at least 15. Surely. Surely, right, boys? Feature overhaul Monstrous Arcanum. Why, when I click this, I get this? What? Elder Dragon Ogre Shaggot. What? Elder Dragon Ogre Shaggot. Ah, so it's an Elder Dragon Ogre Shaggot. So I have to go Dragon Ogre, not Dragon. Elder Dragon Ogre Shaggot. That's like a long name. Elder Dragon Ogre Shaggot. At least it's not a Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archer. Bloodthirsty Praeton. Who that? Who that? Alongside the 12 original monsters which Northern factions can hunt by consulting the Monstrous Arcanum, we have added another 12 to the roster and created new categories to hunt for you to tackle. Hopefully it's more meaningful to the victory, so you actually do it instead of ignore it. These 3 categories are glorious hunts which unlock a unique regiments of renowned monsters for recruitment, taming hunts which are repeatable, and not specific monsters to your armies. So it looks like more Raised Dead. My bad. It's called now Mercenary Recruitment. Mercenary Recruitment, it's not Raised Dead. Which offer rewards other than monsters for your growing collection. Monsters can now be hunted in any areas of climate which are specific to their nature, not just a single geographical location, which grants you a lot more freedom to hunt opportunistically as you move across the map. Starting in such a climate area, your lord must follow a series of clues and encounter dilemmas until they locate the beast. Certain monsters will be harder to find than others, of course, and your lord will inevitably face a more protracted hunt to locate them. Locate them? Among the 12 new monsters, you'll find the Praeton, the Cockatrice, the Feral Dread Saurian. Ooh. The Beltaurus and the Cataian Celestian Lion. Given the geographic origins of such beasts, you'll have to range far afield to complete your collection. Can you say the second again? The Cockatrice. Bloomcools. Why is this look different? Ah, it's the very small interface, right? It does look a little bit different. I must be playing at the Quad HD with no infantry scaling. A couple of nice updates for Wulfric now. The first being his starting position. We moved him from the monolith of Bjorkle Bloody Hand to the Throfjord in the Vanaheim Mountains, but Wulfric himself starts far away from his home settlement at the Sea of Serpents. This better reflects his nomadic nature, which is now greatly enhanced by a major change to his nameshift Seafang. Ooh, I like this. Wulfric can now use Seafang to cover Vazins in an instant. As long as he's at sea, he can instantly travel to any revealed port on the map. Damn! I'm getting Oxyotl vibes here. What's more, he can take a limited number of his armies within the area of influence within him. Zap! Instant invasion. Damn! Is Trog an intellectual yet? Yes, there's a new voice actor in the Trog. There's a cooldown to this mode to travel, however, with a timer based on how many troops he brings along for the ride. So you can't just use it willy-nilly. If you're carting the bulk of your armed forces halfway across the world, make sure your affairs at home are well in hand. They may be gone some time. Why is this looking weird? Troll, call the monster's horde, the trolls answer the call. Troll gets a new faction feature called, rather appropriately, Troll Empire. I don't want to say it, guys. I don't want to say it, but Norscans are getting faction mechanics before you know who. They might be ancient Mexicans. I don't want to say anything else. There's Bloomkulls around here. By using trolls in his armies, Trog generates a unique resource called Trollkind. This can be spent constructing new troll buildings across his settlements, which bring original benefits, but also advance the new troll country bar in his HUD. Granting bonuses at different thresholds, he also has access to call the monstrous horde. Yoo-hoo! An action which enables him to summon monster reinforcement with his armies for limited time. As he improves his troll country, the call also grows in strength and potency. Troll Empire, Troll Country. What's next? Troll Taxes. His troll buildings also enable him to recruit troll units relevant to the settlement geographic location. So if the settlement is next to marshes or bodies of water, he can access river trolls. In stony and mountainous regions, he can recruit stone trolls, and in the Chaos Wastelands and certain corrupt territories, he can recruit Chaos and Bile. Who would recruit Chaos Trolls? Give me armored Chaos Trolls. Just scrape the Chaos Trolls, make it armored. King of Trolls indeed. And for those of you who... Norscan... what is it? Isn't like a different name for this unit? Chaos Trolls and Chaos Trolls armored. That's the extended roster. But there are Norse controls. So what's the difference between a Norse control and a Chaos Troll? There's not difference. So why in Chaos Trolls am I not Chaos Trolls armored? You get Norse controls and you get Chaos Trolls. We already heard a lot of the Trog voice acting. He was active in the game before. Who's this? Marauder Bearman. What the hell? 11,600 health, 45 armor, 100 guys. So this is how you do it. You release a DLC unit and ignore Marauders ever being updated. They haven't updated Marauders. I mean, you can do it like this. Sell a DLC unit that's just a better Marauders. Can't believe they haven't updated this in 9 years. Instead, they release a different Marauder. This looks really good. This looks really good. Really good. Maybe they're... I mean, these guys are basic, right? These guys tier 2. Marauder Bearman. Marauder Bearman great weapons. In stony mountains regions, you can use stone trolls, chaos troll, and and for those who you have yet played Troga since update 6.3, you will be pleased to know that his updated voice lines to better reflect intellect. Okay. High elves. Okay, boys. The important stuff. Important stuff. 100 is better than 120 on those stats. Vastly better. It's like there's like no comparisons. Like maybe even 2 times better. High elves. Over to the snootier side of the world now, as we have a nice raft of updates to the high elves and some targeted love for the OG lords Tyrion and Teclis. New mechanic, Patrons of the Realms. Oh my god, man. It's like, why play anything else? I'm guessing this is the new faction. So looks like some kind of empire mechanic of the, for them. It reminds me of Electrocount's stuff. I don't remember Karl Franz getting so much detail on the interface though. Look at this detail on the interface. The statues holding swords. Look at all this detail. Damn, look at all this detail. Now, I must be imagining things. Hold on. Karl Franz got that stuff as well, right?
Bring me to my men.
I mean, man, they got this stuff as well, right? Look at this detail. This is a menu in the game. Looks like a menu in the game, right? Damn, they went all out here. Look at all this polish. Look at this. It's even engraved. It feels like it's actual, like some fancy marble in the back. Damn, this is like nicely detailed. This is what we need for the Skaven Undercities. We need a completely new window to manage this mechanic, and it should be a core gameplay of the Skaven. Skaven desperately need a rework on pretty much on their foundations. They suck. They need something like this, but Undercities. I don't remember Empire getting any of this polish.
Bring me to my men.
So where's the mechanic here? Electrocounts. Look at this. It looks like early Warhammer 3 interface. Like, look at this. Look at this detail here. Like, there is like nothing here. It looks like a Realm of Chaos interface. There's a little bit here. A little bit here and here, but it doesn't feel like Empire. It feels like, I don't know. Like, this doesn't feel like Empire to me. It just feels like they want to just make a smooth interface here. It doesn't look like, feel like it's the interface that is okay, but it doesn't feel Empire. You know what I'm saying? Like, this feels like High Elves. Look at this. Look at how much detail on this. Now, I'm not talking about the colors. I'm talking about the detail on the interface on their mechanic. Like, the Empire is like nothing. This is the Empire screen. It's clearly there again, since this is a classic, like they haven't released anything in a year, so whoever is getting an update next is gonna get extra polish, and then it's gonna look completely different to the rest of the stuff they did recently. It's like, what do you call this? Inconsistent? It's like inconsistent quality, and there's like no consistency between these things. Okay. I mean, it's been a year since the last big DLC, so yeah. I mean, this is a free update, right? This was a free update as well. This doesn't look like Empire to me. This definitely screams High Elves. Accessible for all High Elf playable factions, patterns. This is a part of the free update, by the way. Maybe we can turn on Tyrion to see if there's a button for this.
I am Prince and Emperor.
I am Tyrion, heir.
So look at the High Elf 7 Lords now, same as the Same as the Lizardman. Same as the Lizardman.
I fight for the greater good.
Accessible for all the high playable factions, Patterns of the Realms is a new system which represents the power struggle within Ultron between the various Elven lords holds sway there. It provides a means for high elf factions to install lords into seats of patronage across the continent. 11 in total, enabling the owners of these seats to gain ever greater rewards and benefits, and when certain conditions are met, to confederate with other high elf factions. It sounds like the Elector Count mechanic, right? Opening the Patterns of the Realms panel displays a map of Ultron and its provinces with 11 seats representing the major high elf provincial capitals. To place lords into a seat of patronage, the provincial capital must be first owned by any high elfen faction. Once secured, the politicking begins. Any high elf faction may spend influence to secure and upgrade their seat, making it harder for others to take that position for themselves. So there's a kind of some competition going on. So they got a button here. Patterns of the Realms. Yeah, there has to be a turn 4 or when reach 14 influence. Damn, man, look at this. Look at this. What? Look at the bottom right, guys. Damn, it's like... I don't want to say it, guys, but it feels like there's a lot of things here all of a sudden. I don't know, it feels like there are like too many buttons compared to some factions. Some factions could use definitely another button here, and the Wood Elves have like 3 more than them. They said Wood Elves, I meant High Elves. Damn, that's definitely looks like a lot of buttons here.
Servant of the king.
Favor the Phoenix King is a new resource that limits how quickly you can dominate the Patron's features. You increase your favor through battles and diplomacy as well as through holding patronage over the provinces of Ultron. Patrons of the Realms give the playable high elf factions a sense of unity and competition with other factions of the race, and crucially for those factions who begin a range far from Ultron, a reason to travel home to ensure the seats of Elven power are held by the High Elves. Let's just go to turn 5, see the button. So that's basically for all the High Elves, right? That's basically the Ultron. Like you know, when I say many times over the years, guys, Ultron comes first, and they made sure that there's a mechanic for this. Tyrion got a mechanic now called Champion of Ultron. We were just showing Karl Franz buttons, right? Look at this! Holy fuck, man! This even looks like you guys seen the Karl Franz interface just earlier? You see this? What I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Like we might be just nitpicking here, but it's clear what's going on here. You see this? This is just completely. I feel like it's a Warhammer 4, right? Look at this. Look at the icons. Look at this. Karl Franz got bare bones Realm of Chaos interface. So, like this, I think this case shows even. This is even worse. This is even worse than the other one we've seen. Like this is like not as bad as compared to the Count State Rules, but this compared to Karl Franz options, machinations, like this is a night and day difference in quality. Damn, look at this. Damn, not only everything feels like so much more polished, including the interface. I mean, look at this detail here. Damn, this is some really nice interface job. Damn. This is a really nice interface job. Somebody done a really good job with this. This is like, wow. I love this. Look at this interface. It feels high elves, right? But Kalfran's interface looks like we started day 1 Warhammer 3 Realm of Chaos campaign. These are those extra details that give extra points for the game. I think the stuff like this is important, you know, like this visual, like it feels like you're playing a High Elves and not just another faction just called High Elves. Champion of Ultron is a new system we have built specifically for Tyrion, enabling him to enact a host of new team actions on any region or force visible to him. It represents his command over 11 matters and the trust which others of his race place in his leadership. So all these actions cost influence. This map displays the patterns of the realms, allowing you to install your lords into patronage positions within Ultron provinces and bring the benefits to your faction. Indicated on the map are the current patronages and each province's status and of ownership. If province is red, it's under control by non-High Elf faction and must be reconquered by the Asur before the patronage can be claimed. Select the position to view who currently holds a patronage position, if any, and effects granted by holding it. If you have enough influence, you may take this patronage for yourself, but be careful, other factions will try to take it from you as well. The effects of the select patronage can be viewed in this section. With a position selected, click on eligible lord from the top, then use the take patronage button to spend the required influence. Your lord will take the patronage of the selected province and further influence can be spent to upgrade the effects provided. A level of favor with the Phoenix King is tracked here. It will increase naturally as you hold patronages, eventually enabling confederations with other high elves via court unity. The Court Unity tab allows you to view special conditions to confederate other High Elf factions. Confederations through the court are made possible by holding patronage position in certain provinces and having sufficient favor of the Phoenix King. This is basically a massive convenience for people who like to confederate, really. So it's kind of like what they did with dwarves. Each shield represents an Asur faction with a tooltip displaying its condition. Once fulfilled for a selected faction, the confederate button at the bottom may be used. So there's a Tyrannoc patronage currently held by Alitanar. So they're given Alitanar this one. And if you have it at tier 3, favor of the Phoenix King plus 3 per turn, minus 15% up for the Lord's Army, enables flaming attacks for Tyrannoc chariot units, Lord's Army, attribute glorious charge for Italmar chariot units, Lord's Army, and charge bonus plus 50% when attacking to the assigned Lord. So plus 50% charge just for the Lord. Tier 3 benefit, the position is immune to threats from other lords. Tier 3 benefit fulfills one requirement for confederating Knights of Kalador. And this is the favor. Favor of the Phoenix King. How many positions are available? 11. Huh. I wonder if this is always different or gonna be always the same here. This is Eoten patronage. This is what you get by having Eoten. It's a buff for phoenixes. A lord gets leadership and aura size increase. So there's a unique effect for the lord and for some units and for the army. The showcase for expectation, yes. Yes, it did. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I'm intrigued what's gonna be in a week. They're announcing something else. It sounded like pretty big as well. This actions cause influence to enact, so to ensure he's not left shortchanged for character recruitment, patrons of Ultron can intrigue at court. Patrons of Ultron and intrigue at court, all which consume influence. Well, there's a word missing there. Tyrion also now gains influence from winning battles. Tyrion gets influence from winning battles. His unique champion actions will fall into two categories: air actions and alliance actions. Air actions are themed around military and recruitment matters such as defense authority, which grants a targeted army trespass immunity or war council, which gives the character in the target's army experience gain buffs. Alliance actions are unlocked by forming alliances or confederations with other High Elf Legion lords. These actions represent his unifying nature and are themed around the specific Legion lords upon which he calls for aid. A Lariel allied action, for example, provides growth bonuses and corruption reduction to a target-friendly region, while Teclis grants several bound versions of his spells to a target army as army abilities for use in battle. Teclis, they've done Teclis some justice, I heard.
Command here.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Shit. What the hell?
We must preserve. There is no limit to my power.
So Teclis doesn't have spell intensity, but he does have master elemental winds.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Yoo-hoo! Okay, Teclis has a Secrets of the White Tower. Damn, look at this interface.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the
Why does this looks like a completely different level? This looks like a different game here. Okay, close your eyes, Blumkools.
Oh my
Empire's
god.
blessing.
By the
Have you seen
comet.
that shit?
How much?
Shit. What the
Yoo-hoo!
hell?
Damn, look at this. Thorson Thunders from Targam. This looks like Guild Deluxe already.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Guild Deluxe. I'm a little loving these icons. I can see different icons for the different laws. Like you can see here the Lord of Beasts and the Lord of Life, right?
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
This is what guilds get. This is like very early Realm of Chaos type stuff.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
You think? Okay, I'm not gonna go there. Secrets of the White Tower is a feature designed to reflect Teclis' renowned magical prowess, and is themed around the White Tower of Hort.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
What the hell? Yoo-hoo! The Ivory Spire of Ultron housing the world's greatest collection of arcane knowledge. Every single hentai is there. The secrets of the White Tower panel represents studies undertaken across 5 floors of the White Tower itself. Each floor represents a number of the magical lores and enables you to supercharge them using Teclis's new resource, Scrolls of Knowledge. Huh, Scrolls of Knowledge, huh? Yoo-hoo! What are these anonymous gifters? Thank you, anonymous gifters.
Oh my god.
What are there, some subs on sales or something?
Shit. What the hell?
Well, Bloomcools, if you're gonna get to live to 80, you gotta stop eating microwave food. Eat an egg. Otherwise, who's gonna be bitching here in 50 years when they update Lord Mazamundi?
Have you seen
We need
that
you here.
shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
How much are the big egg paying you? This is literally sound exactly like the guild mechanic, right?
Holy shit. What the hell?
Yoo-hoo! Today is a big day for Total War, boys. Big day. The end times are announced and Medieval 3 is in the works. I hope it was been in the works for a couple of years already, but it looks like they've been working on something else for a couple of years.
Oh my
Hopefully it's not some saga game they're trying to overhype.
shit. Holy shit. What the hell?
The benefits of each floor can be broken down into 2 categories. Repeatable actions, actions that can be reused when not on cooldown. These can have varying effects that include granting an army the ability to cast Cataclysm spells for a few turns, instantly replenishing an army's winds of magic bar, or even healing an army back to full health. This is exactly like the guild abilities.
Seen that shit? Holy shit.
Bloomcools, important question. Are you buying a 5,000 euro PC for Medieval 3? Single-use actions. As their name suggests, these are one-off upgrades that can do things like permanently reducing winds of magic cost of spells, or increasing the recruit rank of casters, granting attributes to characters, or even creating new unique characters with unique traits. I mean, it kind of makes sense that it's the High Elves and the Empire would use the same system, because, you know, the Empire has learned magic from the High Elves, right? I can already see it, guys. Bloomcools is old school. He's an old school gamer. He does not like changes in his game. So they're making a magnus opus of Total War in the next Medieval 3 title. And they're basically going to probably make a next-gen Total War game that is going to have Total War in the name, but it's not going to be playing like a Total War game. So people are going to be expecting Medieval 2, similar stuff, but different. And when they start playing the game, Bloomcools gonna be among the first. What is this shit game, man? How do you play this? He's gonna be no clue how this is played, and he's just gonna be bitching for the next 5 years with his 5,000 euro PC watching Twitch and YouTube. Collectively, the secrets of the White Tower can give Teclis the tools to quickly recover losses, capitalize on opportunities, or enable him to extend far further with his forces than he could normally. Assuming you have enough arcane knowledge, Kairos best watch out with both of his heads. The Asur of the Southlands will not be much of a walkover now, unless of course they jump ship and go home. Drut. Another addition to this update gives Teclis a starting dilemma present in the first few turns, which gives the player an option staying put in the Southlands, heading home to secure the White Tower, or if you're feeling particularly strong, opting to manage both regions. Each option offers rewards and costs and gives you the option to play your campaigns differently. I like this idea of Teclis managing the White Tower and doing Ultron stuff and helping allies and dealing with the troublemakers. You guys have to be careful what you say when Bloomcool's in the channel. He's a butthurt mod. He's a butthurt mod. He's still in 2013. The time has stopped for him in September 2013. Rome 2 was released, if you don't know, that month, and he's never been the same. Never been the same.
Oh my god.
He's been in a loop.
Holy
in a loop.
What the hell?
Now he's just collecting copy pasta over the internet, storing in his hard drive, and posting on various online communities like the Discord or the Twitch here. All factions victory conditions for Dark Elves. The long victory conditions for all Dark Elf factions have been updated. The previous requirement to defeat all High Elf factions have been removed to streamline objectives and reduce unnecessary burden. These have been replaced with more focused victory conditions involving specific High Elf factions tailored to each Dark Elf Legend lord. Additionally, objectives now emphasize the conquest of Ultron, ensuring a stronger and more consistent presence across the map. It's like Morathi had to capture literally all of Ultron, right?
Heed me
Before.
or perish.
Let's see what Morathi has now, for example. You know, just like to see one. Local Felhard. Is it me or this model looks a lot more detailed here? And what is this emote? I got some kind of emote. That's iconic. What? What the hell is that? That emote looks... It looks to me like they're like 3 cats on the screen. Not even a person. I can see 3 cats. Damn, this is like a lot more detail here. Maybe they give him a lot more detail. In the game as well. So long victory of Morathi. Just choose Morathi randomly. This is same as before. Long victory is pretty much the same. Maybe Morathi is an exception.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
Dark Elves have a long victory reward that says global recruitment capacity +2 faction wide. What? Are you kidding me? Dark Elves have no global recruitment.
I watch
They
from
don't
the
have in camp
shadows.
stands,
My children.
and they have no global recruitment. That's why the Black Arcs exist. This has been a fuck up in Warhammer 2, and again they fucked up in Warhammer 3. Somebody who never played the game has done this again. This one is pretty good though. I mean, this doesn't really matter much, because by the time you get a long campaign victory, people probably will stop playing the game. But this shows that they still have clueless people working at the game. We know this for years. There are people working on the game, they have never played the game. And then when they're in the video, they're like saying they're like Total War players. We have like 30 minutes playing the game. And they were just looking at the model of, you know, Fey Enchantress or Morathi for too long. Okay, where are we at? Black Arc Teleportation. Okay, what is this? A Loker gains the unique ability to teleport to any of his Black Arcs. It's a powerful action, so the maneuver takes 1 full turn to complete and comes with a cost of cooldown. Damn! Damn! That sounds hell of a cool.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit?
Hell of a cool.
Shit. What the hell?
I like the idea of playing a local campaign when you just basically create a crazy amount of Black Arcs. And then you spread them around the world and do whatever the fuck you want. Valkyrie was good, but this is now even better.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Okay, how do you call this guy? Iceland? Is it Iceland? Yoo-hoo! Yeah, Loker should have been a Black Ark himself. Aslan.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Aslink.
I command here.
We must preserve. I am the storm of vengeance.
That voice is familiar.
The Asa Navy stands ever vigilant. Ulthuan's enemies shall be drowned.
Damn, I really like that helm.
I am the storm of vengeance.
Sounds like one of the voice actors for Witcher.
The Asa Navy stands ever vigilant.
Is he gonna say his name?
Ulthuan's enemies shall be drowned. I am the storm of vengeance. The Asa Navy stands ever vigilant.
Look at this. What the hell is that? So many lines there.
Ulthuan's enemies shall be drowned. I am the Asa Navy. Ulthuan's. I am the storm of vengeance.
That voice is hell of a familiar.
The Asa Navy stands ever vigilant.
Hell of a familiar. What are these things? Ship's Company. They look like spearmen, but instead of spears, they got swords. Damn! Nah, it's a different voice actor. Damn! Look at this. Damn! That's a hell of a cool. Wanna see it again? Range melee's making business, boys! Man, that voice actor is stuck in my head. Wasn't he voicing acting something in Elden Ring? Is that Anthony Howell? Yes, he sounds like the android from the Alien Isolation. Android from Alien Isolation also voiced the Elden Ring guy, I think. Margit, I think. That's him.
Ulthuan's enemies shall be drowned.
Yeah, that's the android from Alien Isolation and I think Margit from Elden Ring. I remember this voice because I died on that boss like 4 times. Yeah, he's the Samuel in Alien Isolation. He's the guy in Call of Cthulhu as well. He's the also several voices in the Witcher series. Aislinn? I'm gonna call him Aislinn until I hear his name. Okay, a Loker can gain access to Aislinn's Sea Lanes feature. To unlock these, players must first capture the Eastern Colonist province, the very place where Aislinn starts his campaign. It's like, oh, classic. Securing this territory unlocks the strategic routes, giving him ability to move swiftly across the seas. Well, we expected the Eastern Sea Colonists, right? Oh, he starts here. Probably has like a dual start. Like, I feel like all the high elves have dual starts these days. And we expected this location. Okay, new Black Ark location effects. Each Black Ark on the local command gains a new effect that is determined by its location on the map. These effects include increased armor-piercing damage to Black Ark Crusaders, increased campaign movement, higher melee attack and weapon strength, increased chances per turn to gain a magic item, etc. Modding. With Tides of Torment and the accompanying free updates, we would like to take a moment to thank those in the modding community who have in some way implemented ideas that we are exploring with this next update. Thanks again for the awesome work. I try to compile the list of names to give a short shout out to. Apologies if you didn't catch everyone. So these are the people who were actually did this content before the CA. Stalling mods. I mean, they don't own shit. Every mod that's created its own ownership of Creative Assembly, right? And they are also creating the stuff that's owned by Games Workshop before the Game Workshop they was even in the game, right? There you have it. You have now met all of your new Legend Lord joining the fray this Thursday at 5 PM GMT when Tides of Torment Rise into Warhammer 3 and received the low down of the free content coming alongside in the update 7.0. With only 2 days left until the big day. All that's left is to share the full list of release notes detailing all of the tweaks and fixes coming alongside the new content. You can expect to see those arriving tomorrow at 3 PM GMT. Don't forget, this Thursday at 4 PM GMT, just an hour before Tides of Torment launch, we'll be sharing the Total War Anniversary Showcase, revealing all on the exciting new chapters for the Total War franchise. Warhammer 3 plays a big part, so don't miss. We can't wait to hear about your exploits in Tides of Torment, and from all of us here at the Total War team, thank you for continuing to join us on this journey. As always, we'll see you on the battlefield of the Total War team. So this is the on the free content. These are the patch notes. This is the good stuff, right? It does look a little bit thin, though. For a big update, they waited like a year, a little bit thin. But maybe there's a couple surprises that were not in patch notes. Before we continue, I need to take a short break. So I'll be right back. We are back, boys. That was the part with the free stuff, the free LC content. Now on to the update. This is the last thing, and this is basically the official patch notes. Official patch notes. Hey, yeah, thanks. Hi folks, update 7.0 is here alongside the release of Tides of Torment, bringing a host of free updates and improvements as detailed in our previous blog here. Some highlights from the following fixes include a host of battle balance changes. Read that multiplayer. Improvements to how the campaign AI recruits units that cost pooled resources. An example, the Lizardman's Blessed Spawnings or the Kala's Demonic Attractions. The Kala or the Chala? Who knows? Maybe she says her name.
Drink deep. Indulgence is the only law. I shall not be denied anything. Drink deep.
The Kala. Okay. Upscale the textures of many of the Legend Lords and heroes from Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2. So more detail. Before we get into the full list of bug fixes, a note from the Total War development team on some recent improvements that have been implemented from the ongoing work to improve the campaign AI and some details on the battle balance and what's been tweaked in update 7.0. See you on the battlefield. Steve Coleman, Senior Community Manager. Campaign AI, our favorite topic since late 2023. Direct recruitment through pooled resources. We are following up on the topic of AI recruitment to improve how the campaign AI recruits units that cost pooled resources, like Lisbon, Blessed Spawnings, and the new Decala demonic attractions. So demonic attraction sounds like the more mercenary recruitment. Mercenary recruitment has become pretty much standard for a lot of factions now. The recent 632 changes had made it so that campaign AI was aware when units were strictly unavailable due to pooled resource costs, but this left the campaign AI vulnerable to still attempting to recruit multiple units with this cost as soon as a single one became recruitable. So this element of update 7.0 is aimed to stopping that from happening and also allowing the campaign AI to properly work with dedicated recruitment budgets that include pooled resources. This could be one of the many reasons why the AFK AI happens, because they're trying to recruit something that is not available. But unlikely. Why? The objective of this work is to have the campaign AI understand pooled resource costs on units such as that it can properly account for it, assign appropriate budgets, and not get caught out trying to recruit things that aren't actually affordable. Note for the mod authors. The campaign AI will able to navigate pooled resource costs without explicit setup, providing custom income allocation the budget policies via the... Okay, never mind. Other improvements. In addition to work on pooled resources, we also many improvements to the campaign AI for Nakari faction to make it more active. So more active Nakari. The dilemma no longer triggers for kills for Dwarf campaign AI faction that prevents soft locks. Fix an issue that was preventing the AI clan Molder from accessing the Flesh Lab feature. Fixed an issue that was forcing some AI based faction to stay inactive on the campaign map. This is like a thousand little things like this still in the game. Immortal Empires unlock. So basically, if you're owning Warhammer 1 or Warhammer 2, but you don't own Warhammer 3, you will get Warhammer 3 in your Steam library, and you can install Warhammer 3, and you can access the Lost God and the Immortal Empires without buying Warhammer 3.
Empire's blessings.
You'll not have factions like Grand Kate in the game until you buy Warhammer 3 though, or associated DLC. I think that's pretty good. There's a further step for sure. And immediately battle balance changes. Finally the Demon Prince gets damage. People have been saying for years that that's fine. Apparently it was not fine. Guys, shut the fuck up. You have no idea. Chaos Undivided Demon Prince finally has proper damage. This is a big damage increase for the Demon Prince. Really big increase. Which means all the weapon strength increases, either the ones that gives him damage whole time or temporary via augments or buffs, will have even more impact now. And this is one of those lores that actually has pretty good damage. So Demon Prince gonna hit even harder. This is another really big buff for the Undivided Demon Prince. Ever since the item update, the Demon Prince has been better, because now the Armor of Khorne exists. And now with this, especially for the Warriors of Chaos, because they have access to missile resistance on the Chaos Undivided gift, the Demon Prince are pretty good. I would say the only Demon Prince that's lacking noticeably, is the Demon Prince of Tzeentch. And the other ones are solid now. So the Demon Princes are finally getting proper damage. Slaanesh Demon Prince got 30 base damage to 30 AP damage, so even better scaling for damage. This is really pretty good damage, especially if they're dueling in the air. That's pretty big. Because you can totally notice when they're fighting a Sun Dragon or when they're fighting a Star Dragon because of the extra armor. So the Nurgle one already had this before, and the Khorne as well, but these guys need, I guess, more. But this is pretty big for the Undivided Demon Prince. It's like, this is effectively going to almost double his damage against armored units. They've buffed the Knights of the Ebon Claw and the Chaos One Dread Knights. They got to have more health and more charge bonus. More health is a nice touch, more charge doesn't really mean much. But this is one of those units where charge actually does something if they cannot do collision damage. So this is basically how I imagine actually the Chaos Knights damage. Unfortunately, the Chaos Knights don't have that yet. Maybe one day.
I seek my birthright.
This is actually pretty good. These guys are a little becoming what I wish Chaos Knights were. These units used to have really terrible health in Warhammer 2. Terrible, terrible. And it's a tier 3 unit according to this. Considering this is one of the slower cavalry units, it definitely should be high studded. I really like the 48 cavalry units. I feel like it's a perfect number for strong cavalry. Lower makes it questionable, and higher doesn't do really anything. I think the 60 cav should be completely retired, and a 48 should be like the cavalry number. Like until they literally have that cavalry going through, or all cavalry doing proper collision damage, this still doesn't do anything. Like, these units feel more like infantry than cavalry. They're just really fast. To be honest, I have not really played Bretonnia since they changed this. But I think this was an amazing change. I'm not sure about this, though. I'm not sure about this. But this looks like an amazing change. This is probably gonna be like a golden standard for elite cavalry. And I wish they give this treatment to the Chaos Knights. Like, you guys, isn't it a bad thing to ask for? The Chaos Knights are made even more elite cavalry, to be 48 guys with some proper damage. Because they lack damage. The numbers feel like they're mounted chosen and not really... It's like... They don't have damage. They don't have damage. They buff the damage slightly, but they still feel like that they don't have damage. And they have like some kind of mass and charge, but in a lot of cases when it matters, it doesn't do anything. And in the cases where it don't matter, they just trample things anyways. Like, Chaos Knights need some love, and they need that treatment. There's also stronger cave, yeah, there's also stronger cave, but they're like option of 32. They don't have the 48. I'm not saying they should turn them into the Rot Knights or the Skull Crushers. These are the 32. These are the 32 calves. They're missing the 48. I'm talking about the 48. So the Chaos don't have 48. So the Chaos Knights should be the 48 for sure. They will still not be as strong as these things here, but I think it would be a big change with the Chaos Knights. Like, there's a big difference for this. Like, the 48, I think it's very important for cavalry. The Dread Knights have been in a good spot for a while, and with more changes, they will look even better. Damn, that's a huge change for the Black Dragons. Another mass buff. I mean, the dragons have big model, but the mass doesn't really go around it. But there's always some of those hidden stats. Like Arachnarok Spider has the same mass, but considering its speed and the attack animations, it feels like a unit of a much higher mass. Well, the dragons are larger, and the mass just don't really work, so it makes sense to increase mass further. I like this. Another buff for the dragons. Dragons are finally getting like they had like a big health increase, and now they get mass increase again. Like dragons are finally getting like to be dragons. What the hell is? Why does the Demon Slayer have Siege Attacker? They removed it and now they added it again. Like the roar? No. This is 24. Like I said, 48. There's a 48 cavalry in the game. Example of the 48 cavalry is the like I said, Dread Knights and the Grail Knights. And I really think both the Chaos Knights and the Blood Knights should be turned into 48 models. That's like no brain. No brain, just do it already. Just do it already. It's way past that. Blood Knights and the Chaos Knights should be a 48 unit. The Emperor Knights got a Knights of the Everlasting Night. Emperor Knights got 4 more defense buff. Damn, this is gonna be like what is supposed to be like tanks? They're supposed to be shock cavalry. Always have trouble finding the Empire here for some reason. This looks odd now. 26-34. That looks like really odd. I don't know, in my book, shock cavalry should have way higher attack than defense. Odd. So they go into melee, they're hard to hit, but they won't kill anything really. Maybe this is a buff so they can get out for another charge. Definitely odd. Knights of More got 4 attack. Oh, nice. Nice. More attack there. I think Knights of More should get even more stuff going. Those guys look badass, but their stats are so poor. I would give them even more attack, and I would give them AP damage. So Elspeth von Draken also got buff to Karma Dragon. I mean, all these dragons are the same thing. They're just different names. They nerfed the engineer's damage. Oh no. The Catan dragons also got increases here. From 3500 to 4500. So all dragons seems to be get more mass. Lothern Seaguard shields and the Regiment Renown are aquatic. So buff to the dragons, huh? Damn, Star Dragon has 5900 mass. That's a lot. Wraithmongers have been nerfed for defense lost. The Bloodwake Berserkers Wraithmongers lost for defense as well. As the crazy Khorne infantry. I guess they're too tanky. Kislevet Warriors. Oh, this is the classic multiplayer, guys. Classic multiplayer. They lost 1 attack and 2 defense. Kislev Coast Warriors. This is a super effective unit. I don't know why they even made such a unit. This unit is just disgustingly effective. And unless you played Moratti recently, especially with the AI mod, this unit is just stupid effective. They made it cheaper and they lowered their properties. The Things in the Woods, the Kislev unit got Vanguard deployment. Man, the Things in the Woods, the Kislev unit, is like, damn, man. Saying that out loud, the Things in the Woods, the Mordheim Beowulfs, Kislev unit? This shit is wrong. Just sound wrong, it's wrong, wrong, wrong. Elemental Bear got a buff. Got 500 more health, 2 attack, and 4 defense. That's a nice buff for the Elemental Bear. And has a wall breaker now. Nice buff for the Elemental Bear. When you increase the base attack and defense of the units or decrease, their veterans scales on their base. So if they have higher base, the veterans will do more. Dread Saurian has 5 more leadership. And Horn ones have 3 more defense. I mean, Horn ones are pretty good already. I guess they want the cavalry to get out easier. Norscan Ice Wolves are cheaper. Because when they made it cheaper, they also have to lower the upkeep cost. I feel like this is like so hilarious. So this happens because of multiplayer. But this is not very relevant. You know what's relevant regarding recruitment cost? If it's early game, and if they cost 800 or more. In my experience, that's relevant. If it's early game, and if they cost 800 or more. After that, the recruitment costs don't do anything in single player. But the upkeeps also do get changed at the same time, just because the lower recruitment cost. They made the Marauder Icewolf Chariots more expensive, a lot more expensive. They got a small health buff. That's it for Norska? Wow. Wow. Norska a DLC, ladies and gentlemen. Marauders forgotten after 9 years. They added DLC Marauders, so that's good now. Holy. They didn't even give Marauders 5 armor. Maybe technologies now give better. What the hell? Guy, Norska just got a DLC, and look at this. This stinks of multiplayer. Nurgle Toad Dragon is cheaper. This unit needs like another 2000 health. Wake up! Wake up! This unit needs another 2000 health. Another buff to the Plague Drones of Nurgle. This is nice. Ooh, this is nice. 10 more armor on a demon unit. They got a lower cleave, but more mass. More mass. This unit got another mass update and more armor. Man, it's nice that this unit is not performing well in multiplayer, because this is a nice unit in single player. This is a pretty nice unit. I like this unit. This is a nice buff for the Plague Drones. Their projectiles now on the dead heads are grenades, no longer arrows. No, makes me wonder how this is gonna work. The rot flies and the Plague Drones getting more armor is really nice. Even more mass on these things. Mod man, I haven't tried the mod manager. No, I haven't tried it yet. We're gonna be playing vanilla probably for the rest of the month, anyways. There's some issues with the mod manager since they put into beta. This units with more armor is amazing because this is one of their defenses really. They get shot or they get hit. These units have more armor is really nice, and it does do really well with the physical resistance. This is a pretty nice unit. Pretty nice unit.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit.
Nurgle has also ways to healing them, so pretty nice. So Nurgle got another unit here. Worshippers of the Crow, Marauder's Great Weapon. So Nurgle got another Regiment Renown. They got Swarm of Flies, which has still been forgotten, still in Warhammer 1, at -5 attack. We're gonna keep such a low value, increase the range. They're immune to contact effects, and they got poison and damage. They have only 15 armor. What? And these guys have 45. They are supposed to be the regiment renown of this unit. They're supposed to be a regiment renown of actually this unit. This unit. I feel like they picked the wrong unit. I think they picked the wrong unit. You guys think it's intentional they picked the Marauders of Nurgle Great Weapons and not the new one? This feels off to me. They picked the basic one. Yeah, but this unit hasn't been updated in 9 years. Okay, cost for Ogres. Skaven costs as well. The Broodhorde has more mass. This is a really annoying thing to deal with. If you're Skaven, this is excellent, but if you're fighting Skaven, this is horrible. These things are so fast, they got more mass. This is crazy. This shit's gonna get nerfed. I'm telling you right now, this shit's gonna get nerfed. What the hell they're smoking? What the hell they're smoking? Don't I know how this works? They increase the mass on Broodhorde. Has a 95 base speed. It's crazy. This is actually gonna be a collision damage now. This is crazy. These things are also very frustrating to kill when you're fighting them. I think this unit can do now proper collision damage, especially on low mass units, because it's a ratio of mass and speed, right? Speed is kind of even a bigger factor than the more mass. For example, giants, for example, they're not fast enough to do collision damage. And look at their mass, for example. Like a giant has 6500 mass, but they're not fast enough to do collision damage. Mutant Red Ogre has 3000 mass.
Have you seen that shit?
Yoo-hoo.
Holy shit. What
Storm
the
in
hell?
cost made it cheaper. Cheaper. Exalted Keeper of Secrets. They upgraded shields. Upgraded shields. Has the SCA announced the new Total War? Yes. Medieval 3 Total War. Total War Medieval 3 is in the works. And there's going to be a big announcement for another Total War in a week. So, guys, they don't want this guy dying to missiles, so they buff his shield. But I don't think the shield is the problem. The problem is no missile resistance. This character does not have the innate missile resistance. You know, the 15 missile resistance like every character is. Like, this guy has 110 armor. It's absurd. Has crazy shield and 50 missile resistance. This character has low armor, so he's a demon. And because it's granted 20 phys resist, they say he doesn't need missile resist. They forgot this thing, the balancing they did in early Warhammer 1, where every character has an innate missile resistance. And they're like doing still this stupid stuff. And they just forgot this balancing from Warhammer 2. Warhammer 1, that is. Warhammer 2 also had it. They're awful. Like, look at the Dark Elves, for example. Kron Helebron. She's a demon. She's a demon. So, no armor, she gets physical resistance. But because she gets physical resistance, she does not get missile resistance. It's hopeless logic. At least the Keeper of Secret got a big buff to health. Some more defense and better shield. Demons need innate missile resistance, just like they just need it. This is just really twisted logic. Like I'm kind of shocked the multiplayer don't complain more about this. Remember what we did in our mod Agneta, what we did for the Necro Serpents? We increased the mass, right? And now they increased the mass again. This is actually way bigger than we did. Our mode is like a lighter version of their, you know, spectrum changes left to right. The Necro Serpents did more mass, but they give it a lot here. So all the dragons got a lot more mass. This seems to be to me like a surgical strike at the esports, cause all this costs, cause you know the multiplayer community, the active ones, they do just love this. It's like they have these fixed builds. They already played hundreds of battles, you know, thousands of battles, so they know the setups and everything. And now that they adjust this cost, minus 50 there, minus 100 there, damn, minus 200, damn, new game now. So now they can play completely different game. They'll have another like 300 to 400 gold to work with. Okay. So all the forest dragons here. What is this? Item abilities, high elf talismans. So Diamond Guardian Phoenix no longer has infinite range. Now it has 35-meter range and grants 5% ward save. Boring. And this thing was so rare already. Enchanted Spyglass grants magical attacks. The same for the Ruby Guardian Phoenix. Boring. At least make it 55 meters. 35 meters is nothing. Didn't they just said this a while ago that 35 meters effects again changed to 55 meters? These are some lame-ass abilities now. If you're gonna make it like a focus in a small area, you need to make it way stronger. This 35 is a very small area for this type of buff. I mean, guys, we got Mortis Engine 35 meters. Oh my god, look at this. I mean, High Elves did lack magical attacks on a lot of their units, depending on what stage of the game is. You don't always have Sistal Owl on the army, right? So getting some magical attacks nearby does be nice, but they've added a lot of light passive that grants magical attack to entire army, so this doesn't feel like anything special either. These items are so bad. Unless they make them 55 meters, nobody's ever going to use this. These are really bad items. And you know what's the worst thing? They've just released an item rework update that created some powerful, really powerful items. And this used to be powerful items, and then they just got worse. Who did this? Who did this? Get the guy who did the update. What the hell? Doesn't have to be map wide, just make it 55 meters at least. This is so bad. This is so bad. After they released an item rework update that made some very strong items. What the hell? Copious Vomit, finally, man, that Trog ability was irritating. Like, you need to aim and then execute. It felt like a waste of time. If it doesn't have wind-up time, this might actually be a usable ability, finally. Phantasmagoria does no longer need to be locked on a unit. Okay, that's nice. And it was made more expensive because of this. This is not a very good ability in single player, but in multiplayer, I guess it has its uses. Because this is a spell in a Slaaneshi lore, and Slaanesh doesn't really use much range, right? And it's mainly to range and route enemies. In single player, you can route with just Phantasmagoria, and they don't have range, really. Slaanesh playing with range is like paradox. Like, it makes no sense. Like, every enemy range unit you have against you as Slaanesh is one more unit they're outnumbered. And when you seduce another melee unit, they are mega outnumbered and they get mega fucked. So why would you put range units in Slaanesh army unless you're just gonna sacrifice them to something? Doesn't matter if they have range units available now because of DLC. It makes no sense to use range with Slaanesh. This is a faction that wants to outnumber and overwhelm enemy. That wants to literally swarm enemy, hit them hard. And by having range units, this strategy doesn't work anymore. Maybe it's a multiplayer thing. I could see Slaanesh having range units for multiplayer. But guys, recruiting Slaanesh units as a Slaanesh faction, I think makes no sense. Maybe as a Warriors of Chaos, maybe. But as Slaanesh has seduction. And if you're playing a melee army, an enemy is playing a range army. Every range unit they have, they will not work against a pure melee army. You're going to be outnumbered. And then you seduce their units further, and they're going to be even more outnumbered. Especially if you take their melee faster units. It is so powerful. So why would you put the range units in your army to cripple your strategy? Main strategy as Slaanesh. You want to hit them from the front, from the left, from the back, from all directions. You don't want to shoot them. You want to outnumber them and make sure they don't have anything to fight back. So let them keep their range units. You don't use your range units and you just hit hard. That's how you should play Slaanesh. But if you play like Warriors of Chaos, if they have the shooter available, I don't know, maybe infantry, maybe, I don't know, maybe they have it. Maybe it could make sense with Warriors of Chaos, because the Chosen are a different story. Chosen can be easily supported by the crossbows. But Slaanesh don't really care about this. Go fast, go hard, and outnumber them. Every range unit they have, the harder they're gonna get fucked. And you don't want to have range units against them. That makes no sense for Slaanesh strategy. Harmonic Convergence. Okay, this is like an item. Commodore Cassandora and Chalice of Potions. Shockwave radius has been increased. Does this mean the Commodore Cassandora is buffed? Maybe a better explosion. Ooh. Oh, damn. That's something. Not only they made it cheaper, but they added another effect to it. Damn. Range meta increases further. That's a nice buff. Look at this ability, man. It's cheaper, it lasts longer, and has another effect. 20 reload. Damn. It's only single target, so it has to be good. So now finally has a use for range units, huh? What unit could benefit the most for this when it affects gets armor, defense, attack, and reload? Steam tank. Steam tank also. Lane ship. Lane ship. Lane ship. Lane ship with these boys. Lane ship. This is a really good buff for the lane ship. Because the lane ship is firing and ramming at the same time. This is really good for the lane ship. The Empire unit. For this unit. But yeah, that's nice. That's nice. You put this and you get a couple of extra volleys on Sister Alvern as well. Damn, that's a pretty big buff for the Harmonic Convergence. Pretty big buff. Projectile velocity, projectile mass. Ooh, this sounds something as well. That's how fast it's gonna hit. If you're fighting in melee and shooting at the same time, that's what the units that benefit the most. Not just like a range capabilities. They nerfed the Wind Blast. What the? Man, Wind Blast didn't even do that much damage. That's like 0 AP. 5 voodoo, 0 AP. 20 damage. Look at this. 20 damage, 0 AP, 5 voodoo. 26% is AP, 8 voodoo. What the? And look at this. 5, 24 damage, all AP. This is insane. How did they allow this? Why they allow this shit? It has poison as well. And every other breath just sucks. This one is insane. Look at this. 5 power, 24 damage, 100 AP. 5, 20 damage, so it's 20% lower damage and no AP. Nothing. At least there's a Windstrike effect, huh? Windstrike is okay to use if unit has like under 60 armor. Ideally lower than 40. But yeah, like this is some really messed up stuff compared to the other one. Okay, Giver of Glory, the Fizz resist has been reduced. I don't know about you guys, Giver of Glory, but that sounds like some Slaanesh ability to me. Like, that's I don't know. Giver of Glory. Where is that Giver of Glory anyways? I know Hand of Glory. Where is the Giver of Glory? Giver of Glory. What is Giver of Glory? 20 Fizz resist? Is Chaos Shrine unit? Oh no, they nerfed the Chaos Shrine. Oh man, they must have watched all my Grinskin Grinders. Damn, that was too good, right? You enter with this against Grinskin Grinder and Grinskin just can't kill units. Might have been a nerf because of the Mammoths. I mean, this was too strong if you ask me. 20 Fizz resist and Vigor Restore. Vigor Restore is already amazing. 20 Fizz resist was overkill, right? This was way too strong. After the Tzeentch War Shrine, this was the best one. And I still think after the Tzeentch one is still the best one. If you don't have access to Crazy Vigor, you need to kill anything for it. With Warriors of Chaos, you can just summon the pinks. Bug fixes. Let's see what's bug fixed here. Upscale textures of many of the legend lords and heroes in Warhammer 1 and 2. How is that a bug fix? Ogre Cam should no longer falsely show grayed out movement range when changing stances. Fix an issue where under certain conditions the script tutorial could become stuck and not allow the player to perform some actions or end the turn. Fix floating assets appearing in Aquitaine River Brienne. Demonic lords captured to the Eltarian Warden's cage ability during a battle will no longer have a chance to respawn after the battle. An oversight. Change this memory option so that it no longer affects the amount of blood on units. Allied outposts now provide replenishment only to their owners and allies, not all factions. What the hell? It works on all factions? Never change CA. Who figured that one out? Well, that one is probably really hard to figure out. Oracles of Zinch will now be able to initiate diplomacy from turn 1 with the factions whose territories they have cults. So they know those factions at the start. Fixed an issue where players could use changing of the ways during the end turn cycle. Again, Voodoo. Since the list, yeah, that's fucked up, right? Who discovered this? This is not an easy bug to discover. Garagrim Quest provides now. Garagrim Quest provides now. Error. Garagrim Quest provides now. Garagrim Quest. I can't continue reading, man. Who writes shit like this? Okay. Deep breath, Elich. Garagrim Quest provides the proper rewards when completed with units spawned from a Grudgeseller army. Fixed an issue that was resetting the force power of Oxyola ambush forces from Silent Sanctions when the player loads a save campaign. Who discovered that, man? That's such a weird bug to discover. Man, I guess all this works in my head, so it always worked.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit?
Yoo-hoo.
Holy shit.
Save scammers.
What the hell?
You can save scam the ambushes. The people still save scamming. When attacking as a changeling, some non-enemy targets in hostile territory should now correctly ask about declaring war to the target owner, not the territory owner. Fix an issue where the flesh laboratory could be open and used during the end turn cycle when playing a Strot. Fix an issue where Malachi could forge items through the forge during the end turn cycle. So a lot of end turn cycle bugs. Probably they've been trying to check more of this stuff. Fix an issue where unit arbiters could be accessed outside the player's turn when playing as Valkia. Fix an issue where Elspeth could build more than 5 gardens or more under certain circumstances. Fix an issue where the Celestial General could spawn with a trait that buffs range attacks despite being a melee specialist. Celestial Generals. Damn, man. Guys, if you haven't played the Kate or Celestial General, so you don't own the what you call the Shadows of Change, Celestial General should just be called Chinese Karl Franz. It's literally a Chinese Karl Franz. They made Chinese Karl Franz, and it's a General Lord. And I'm not saying that Karl Franz is like a weak lord or anything. He's a good stats on the Deathclaw, good items and good damage. But they get a General Lord literally made turned into Karl Franz. This is like one of the strongest skills for damage in the entire game. Fix an issue that was preventing sieging armies to attack a settlement when certain unholy manifestations are cast on them when playing a Slaaneshi faction. Several faction-specific buttons will not probably be shown as inactive and will not be allowed access to their respective gameplay when it's not the player's turn. Fix an issue where the snitch could use shadowy dealings during... so somebody was exploiting and it was brought to their attention, now they fixed all of this. Fix an issue where Arbol could teleport... somebody was clearly exploiting and now they patched all this shit. It looks like this whole update was just a hot fix to patch all this exploiting and multiplayer stuff. There's always more stuff in these updates that we'll learn later in the game. Sometimes very important stuff that are not in patch notes, so I have high hopes for this. Hey Paxer, yoo-hoo!
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Fixed an issue where players could equip or unequip tactics during the entrance cycle when playing as Gorbor Ironclaw. Fixed an issue where Scaldry could teleport during the entrance cycle. Fixed an issue where Greasus could abort a mission during the entrance cycle while the game was paused. Fixed an issue where Golgfag Man-Eater could open and accept mercenary contracts during the entrance cycle while the game was paused. So, this is the entrance cycle exploit patch. New animations for ambush stands out for Lydell to fix an issue where she would T-pose on the campaign map. Fix an issue where the hunter hero appeared horizontally on a Stonehorn on the campaign map. Anybody has a picture? I'm trying to imagine how he would look horizontally. It would probably be funny to see. Fix an issue where Isabella von Karas and other characters had incorrect animations when riding Hellstead or barred mounts in certain stances. Who discovered this shit? Technology. Damn, a massive update 1 year later and this is everything for technology, just one line? No, man, then this is not a complete patch notes, there's no way. One line for technology. Guys, the game has 103 factions. Katei's magnetic polar technology now affects Wuxing War Compass mounts. Skills and traits, okay. The Ricard skill Harpyclaw Bolts now applies the correct weapon to Ricard and on a Scourge Runner Chariot. Didn't they patch this in Warhammer 2? Jade Wizards no longer access the Light Scholar skill as they are not Light Wizards. Kargan the Cray skill is not locked as expected. I think that's the a unique hero for Tamarkan for the Mega Host. The Herald of Zinj skill Spellfire now gives plus 8% missile strength at level 1 and plus 15% missile strength at level 2 instead of 10% at both. Cult Magus heroes now have access to Scout Ruins. Fix an issue where Break Upon the Walls granted unending volley to all missile troops, including allies. The effect now correctly applies only to high elf missile units. Fix an issue where Alistair the White Lion had a Strider ability included in 2 different skills. Cannons units obtained through Malachi Adventures will now benefit from the skill Tactician. The Camp Tyrants and the Ogre Kingdoms will now spawn with correct traits. Add a new skill line for the Giant River Troll Hag. Add a new skill line for the Goblin Big Boss. What? New again? Man, the Giant Troll River already got this stuff. What the hell is new?
This better involve fighting.
So it's a Giant River Troll Hag that's Grom. And Goblin Big Boss that's Grimgor. Let's see if we can notice anything. Is it bizarre that this is just like only one line in technology for technology in the patch? I don't think this is... they already had good stuff. Now, Grimlock starts with a Goblin Big Boss.
Gorg's will.
When's the last time you played Grimgor, Ansler? Yoo-hoo!
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What
No,
the
this is
hell?
old news. This is old news. They already added this stuff in the previous patch. Okay, UI. Buildings giving any of the following effects now show their scope when only applying to the local province. Recruitment duration, recruitment cost, recruit rank. Let's double check. I don't believe you.
As I hold
I don't
Galmaras.
believe you.
Absolute rule.
Fix the common blood spell setting being visible but not doing nothing to players who don't own the blood for the Bloodgal 3 DLC. Fear and Venerated skill now has a more suitable icon. The skill Toxic Trooper now shows the correct color coding for its effect. The skills Camping and Better Camping now have more appropriate icons. Adjust the portal camera settings to center the view. Empire resource buildings now show the scope of the recruitment cost and recruitment rank bonuses. We're gonna go check the Ice Guard building. Recruit rank plus 3 for all units. Just like that.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Buildings giving any of the following effects now show their scope when only applying to the local province. Recruitment duration, recruitment cost, recruit rank. So according to this recruit rank plus 3 now works faction-wide. Why is there literally this building gives 3 ranks to all troops? It's crazy. Crazy. Do they have this thing going on where when somebody gives a sub, another sub is getting gifted by some program on Twitch? Who is this anonymous gifter? What's going on Twitch? Is it Valorant again? Man, Total War has drops. What? Well, according to my Twitch interface, there are drops for this game. Maybe we can get like a patch on part of the drops. Recruitment benefits from iron resource buildings when owned by the Empire now show the scope of what the benefits apply to. Like, what the hell is this thing here?
Empire's blade.
Iron. There's no iron nearby. Daniel Ancillary. What? What the hell? There's a Twitch drops for Warhammer. It only works when I subscribe. Okay, I'm only subscribed to my channel. It's a badge.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Hey Alexis, I have never been more excited in recent times as I was excited today. Recruitment benefits from to be seen. The buildings Old Nagash, Prim Nagash now show the scope of the corruption they provide. The nameplates of allied and vassal lords that are in ambush tents will not be visible to the players. Ooh, that did work sometimes. They did work sometimes, right? But now it should probably work all the time, probably. The element residence building chain now correctly displays the effect scope for its replenishment effect. Yeah, I'm really curious about this one. I mean, when you provide replenishment, it always worked in the province, but sometimes they make it local region only. Did you watch the VOD, Alexis? That's why you're commenting. I told you guys they're working on Medieval 3. I expect them to be working on it for years now. They probably work on something else for years. So, what are the chances this big thing they're gonna announce in a week is gonna be something like Zephon, where they create their own universe, lore, and everything, and create another like a fantasy setting or a sci-fi setting Total War game instead of 40k? I think everybody expects 40k, but what if they create their own universe with mumbo jumbo jibber jabber stuff? Star Wars, man, I hope it's Star Wars for 40k. Because I don't think historical we're just gonna do it for Total War anymore. We need another like big franchise and stuff.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Yoo-hoo! Guys, if they ever release Star Wars, we are pro-Empire. We are pro-Empire. We're gonna kill all the Jedis. Pro-Empire. Hopefully with the Trade Federation. But I'll take the Empire too. I dream of playing Total War with Reyes General.
Servant of the king.
I'm not gonna start there. Not gonna start there. I have a new page in the book. Not gonna start there. So it does say now armies in province. Did they say it on climate? I don't think we can see anything. Oh, we can. Armies in region. Huh. Fix an issue where character mounts in the character details menu displayed at lower quality than intended. Fix an issue where a certain area cases the player could open a side menu during the character level up tutorial, thus breaking the flow of the tutorial and potentially soft-locking the game. Fix the soft-lock in each character rank and skill ups tour guide that occur when using faction mechanics before reaching the skill selection. Fix an issue where faction mechanics and other panels could be used during the a lot of these enter cycle issues, huh? Fix an issue with the pad of the Butcher UI when Gorgon Onslaught upgrade displayed an inconsistent icon. Fix an issue with the Empire Woodlands building chain UI where two effects are missing their scope. Fix an issue where generic Bretonnian Lord would not play any VO towards Repans when her action had neutral relations. I wonder if they fixed the issue where when you're breaking deals against Wulfric and making like little bad diplomas with him, and he's like gonna be celebrating all this stuff. He's basically just like thinking that like signing good deals. Fixed an issue that made the sound effects of the Night Goblin Big Boss too quiet while riding him out. Isn't that like supposed to be like the thing? How are they gonna stab if they're loud? The Crown of Sorcery can now be unequipped should you choose a less shiny hat. All of the skink units, including raw variants, are able to unlock the Lizardman Rite of Sotek. Text languages, huh? In skirmish battles, fix the bug where some unit abilities with increasing intensity would retain their intensity level after the unit has been withdrawn and then recalled into battle. Fix an issue where Lord Mazdamundi and Slan characters return to battle only as empty floating thrones after being wounded and resummoned. Range units will maintain distance and use remaining ammo more effectively, improving battle consistency or durability. Again, I feel like, guys, if anybody's gonna be playing tonight, start a Egid Claw campaign and do like a battle on a variety of battlefields with an all-range army. I feel like we are finally at a point where the range is becoming again more reliable. Last time I was testing something with Egid Claw, we got into a couple battlefields where our units couldn't fire. We just lose a unlosable battle because we couldn't fire. Quest battles. UI. Dragging and dropping a unit into a unit group will now add the unit to that group. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? Fixed alpha transparency issues on Wolfram Shield and Sword, updated loads for the system, Alvaron, fixed geometric jabs on the hammer, severed stump waist. What the hell? Don't even CA, you don't have to write this stuff in the patch notes. It's okay, you don't have to write this stuff in the patch notes. Who the hell even finds this shit? Change the unit type of Icefall chariots to be a missile chariot. Oh man. That's a melee chariot with a shitty range attack. Fix the issue where the Chaos Lord Nuggle Shoulder Paladin would warp when panning the camera. Okay. Let's speed this up. The Flame of Asgro's explosive projectiles now correctly count as part of the spell. Token's possibility now properly displays its range when hovered. What about the towers and settlements? When are they gonna show their proper range? Updated Infernal Engineer ability for Sorcerer Prophets now provides accuracy and reload skill to war machines or artillery in range. Isn't that how it used to work? The Realm of Chaos, the Realm of Souls army ability thresholds have been adjusted to accommodate smaller unit sizes.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
Yoo-hoo! Remove forests from area nodes that were causing problems with how terrain was displayed. Maps fixed. Celestial, okay. An erratic twitching bush was combed down border landing Bretonnian domination maps. Okay, nothing really here. This is just a bunch of minor stuff. An oil pipe was adjusted on the Obsidian Pet battle map for optimal pollution results. Yeah, man, this patch notes, this has to be the worst patch notes for a big update yet. It feels like it's missing half the stuff. That's how it feels to me. It has to be missing a lot of stuff. This is like, is it me like a big update? This is the worst one yet regarding the patch notes. I'm not saying that for the update, but patch notes wise, this is so low. It has to be a lot more stuff in the game. It's almost like they were slaking with the patch notes. There's no way. This is no way. This is all the patch notes. Why are the patch notes always incomplete these days? CA, beautiful, legendarily long, exhaustive patch notes are important. They excite every strategy gamer out there. Please put more effort in showcasing the changes. This guy must be watching my channel. This is patch notes are weak. Damn, this is sad. I didn't get my patch notes fixed. I waited a year for this. I did not get my patch notes fixed, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not saying the update is bad or anything. Just like the patch notes are just. It feels like there's supposed to be more. Dev note. Above, we have listed all of the key fixes that are coming with update 7.0. However, this is not a complete list of game fixes featuring as a part of this update. It's not a complete list. So what the... Where is the complete list? They used to have a complete list. Now they don't even do a complete list anymore. There are some additional fixes which aren't listed here due to our teams working rapidly and focusing on making the build as good as it can be in time for release. I think they spent more time and effort to prepare for the showcase. That's why the patch notes are not as usual. We're gonna be happy to be playing the game for the next couple of weeks, and as usual, pay attention to see what actually really got changed. Because I'm telling you guys, this is probably not even half of it. This is like so weak. If you have previously reported an issue over on our bug forums, it may be that you see it acknowledged as fixed before you see it detailed here on the patch notes. We want to thank everyone right across our community for helping us to squash as many bugs as we have this year. If you encounter any issues with this update, please do help us to fix them by reporting them on our official bug report forums here. Weak patch notes, man. Weak patch notes. Like, there was only a one line on technology. That can't be right, man. That can't be right. Let's just start like a Norse campaign and see technology. Just a quick start here. Ooh. Ooh, damn, look at this. Skin Wolf Werkin, some Marauders and Wolf in the back. Damn, this is a nice background. Like, this, they reworked everything. I have to just double check, just like, we're gonna have to do, guys, I guess, in-depth turn one on all these factions. We're gonna start all three of these factions, I guess. Ooh. Please, Badula, make the Marauder technology plus 10 armor. No plus 5, plus 10. They haven't touched Marauders in 9 years. Look at these guys. Where's this in patch notes? Yeah, they get... Ah, no, this is the quality ones get 10 armor. What, the regular Marauders don't get the armor? No. All infantry gets 10 armor here. The Marauders lost armor. Must be something else for armor.
Wulfric the One.
Norska had some of the best battle skill in the entire game. Let's see if they change anything. Ooh, this is hot. Look at this. This is one of the hottest battle skills in the game. Look how hot this shit is. It wasn't even turned into Warhammer 3 skill, like they lowered it by 2% each. 2 attack would have been taken away 2%. This is just super hot. For the great weapon units, super hot. Look at this. 8 and 12. They literally made all these skills in Warhammer 3. Most of the skills in Warhammer 3 would be like +6 and +10. Look at this. Norsca, this one has lost 4 of missile strength in conversion. This is trash. This one has lost 2 attack, but it's still pretty good. It fell armor. This one has lost 2 attack and 2 defense. But their infantry has retained some of the best skills in the game. And this is their veteran one. But the problem is these units here, their base is really poor. They haven't touched their base in many years. So this is pretty much more of the same here. Speed for the mammoths. Ooh. Speed buff for high mass, this will be more collision damage. If a mammoth on full vigor, as in not tired mammoth, active mammoth, with more speed, it can literally trample a third of the unit just to contact.
Harbinger of war.
This guy's got skills now as well. Damn. Damn, look at this. They get 30 spell intensity, but every time they cast a spell, they'll do damage to themselves. But 30 intensity is a lot. This is like a lot of death. Arcane Conduit unchanged. Give a little bit spell intensity in Arcane Conduit. Unchanged. I really like this. I really like this. 30 intensity, but there's a downside. This unit doesn't have a lot of health. I guess it makes a healing item higher value.
I am the Wanderer.
So we still haven't got an update for the unique items, right? It has a 15 more movement range. Yeah, that ability, yeah. I mean, armor resistance will apply. Resistance will apply. Okay. I just need to see one more thing. We're not gonna be starting a new campaign, boys, tonight. No, we'll make it fresh. So I already started very late today.
In the name of Magnus.
You can expect the long something fresh tomorrow. Stream will start earlier tomorrow. Okay. Just for the lols. Just for the lols. I'm full of hope after seeing the Dana Today showcase. Man, that's a Dream DLC and Medieval 3 is in the works. There's definitely a bunch of stuff that's not in the patch notes, keep that in mind. So they will discover this in the next couple of weeks. You can expect the Norsca / and the High Elf campaign in the next couple of weeks.
my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the hell?
Anyways, this is it, boys, for the review. Thank you for watching, and we'll be starting new campaigns starting from tomorrow. Probably gonna be starting like around 2 or 3 p.m. tomorrow. Not sure who to play,
God.
but it'll be one of the new guys. Maybe I play the Snake Lady.
Holy shit. What the hell?
I'm really curious to see how she fights. Thanks for watching, boys, and I'll see you next time. Badge.